Yo, what's the deal? It is
Yes,
AJ,
sir.
it is DJ Larry,
Yes.
it is
Yes.
episode 70. Episode 70, brother. 70, man.
Jesus. We're
Mid
already at 70? Oh,
we're
wow.
already at 70 Midcarders in Catering Podcast.
Dog. It feels like yesterday I was doing the first Luchador Mount Rushmore and LWO and the
Man.
the
How
draft,
how how
man.
how quick it goes by, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
The drafts and everything of that matter, and here we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
70 episodes later. I think it's at the year and a half mark now, if I'm not mistaken.
We actually close to like year 7.5, honestly, because we close
Yeah.
to 1 year, 2 year anniversary
Yeah.
soon. But
So
yeah,
hey man, hey, good job.
hey man,
You know what I'm saying? We made it.
salute.
Salute. You know what I'm saying? I ain't drinking no liquor tonight. You
Nah,
know what I'm
not
saying?
tonight.
Not
Not
tonight.
tonight.
Stand on the water, but hey, it's all good. So, but how you doing, bro? What's the
Man,
deal?
I'm doing good. I just want to say thank you to everybody that reached out as far as the congratulations of the announcement last week. It was really cool. Um, it's been a cool week. I ain't got nothing to complain. It's been one of the more interesting weeks in wrestling. The last since we've been
Since we've been
here
back,
since we
yeah,
were last year.
yeah.
It's been a lot. So can't wait to dive into that later in the show. But I'm good. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm doing real good. I feel a lot more energized now because it's different now because the pubs is on a 2 week schedule now. So it's like
Hmm.
I go into, like, for example, I'm gonna go into next week and I'm gonna be like, damn, I really don't have no recording to do. Like, I
Right.
don't know what to do with myself. I'm like looking
Right.
around and trying to figure out things, but then I find myself working like on the podcast during that time too. So
Yeah.
that gives me a lot more room to like, jump into that creative mix and everything. And as you know personally, I've been
Yeah.
just going crazy with everything I've been putting together for the show, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in the near future.
Hey
So
man, big U's, baby, big
hey,
U's
big
all
use.
day, every day.
Speaking of big U's, hey, look, we officially launched the union. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
if you don't know what the union is, it is Midcarders and Catering. It is Guessing from the Stands podcast, and it is also Show Your Work Network. All
Absolutely.
together, we are a collective of content creators and everything. So we officially launched that. We have a Twitter now. We got a Twitter page now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So definitely follow that. It is at the underscore union underscore on Twitter. So
Yes.
definitely follow that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, outside of like this podcast, like, because of course that's not the only things that we do. You know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
working men and
Right.
everything like that. Other than that, I just been like chilling and staying on my routines, like working out and cooking and the many different hats that I wear. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So uh,
Absolutely.
outside of like having to be a 9 to 5er, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, everything is everything. I can't complain about nothing. But yes, a lot has transpired since we last were here. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot. And we're gonna try to play catch up and round ball. But
Yeah,
this episode is
man,
different. This is
it's
different.
very different.
And it's something that we haven't done in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? We actually have a very special guest.
We do.
We have a very special guest in the building to also help celebrate the 70th episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And Larry, like, if you please,
Oh,
yeah,
I'll,
yeah,
don't mind if I do.
all
All
right,
right. So, as y'all know, I am the neighborly residential New Japan correspondent. I've been this for a minute. And it's funny because sometimes your card gets pulled, right? And so
yes,
you have to
sir.
prove this. So, I made a few calls, made a few, sent some signals out there, and we were able to pull it through. So I'm going to bring up here my guy, the official Bullet Club guy himself. He is hailing from Queens, but resides in California. My guy, Kensei Abbot. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Round of applause. There we go.
What's the
What's
deal?
up, Kensei?
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me. Appreciate it very much, guys.
Absolutely. Is this your first interview?
Not my first interview, but in terms of like wrestling related, definitely, yeah.
Hey, all right, we got it, AJ.
Hey, we got it. And you
We
want to know
got it.
something? You want to know something else? What's crazy about this is that you actually are the first of something on this actual podcast. You're the first
Okay.
musical act we ever had.
Okay.
So you got that forever. You got that
Okay.
forever.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I forgot to mention that to you. Yeah, I forgot to mention that to you earlier, and I was like, "Oh snap! Let me break that to him." So,
Yeah.
hey, Kensei, you got that forever on this podcast. So when you come up,
There you go.
even more in the future, you're gonna be like, "Hey,
I did it
the
first.
first
I was
wrestling
here.
podcast I was on was Midcarders and Catering." You know what I'm
There
saying?
we
Shout out
go.
to AJ and Larry. You know what I'm saying?
You
There
went
we
first,
go.
man. Hey, man. Salute.
Respect
So, it's so many questions that we will have to ask and want to get into, but let's get into the trademark Midcarders and Catering questions. So, AJ, take it away.
All right. So, no pressure. It's no
Mm.
pressure. This is easy. It's a very simple question. It's a question that we always ask our guests, especially their first time coming on the podcast, because we like to call it our version of the Knuckleheads question. I don't know if you listen to Knuckleheads podcast before, basketball podcast, but they usually ask like former NBA players, "Hey, who was the first NBA player to bust your ass?"
Okay. Paul George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our version is who was or what was the that thing that got young Kensei into professional wrestling? Like who was that wrestler? Who was that wrestling event? What was that wrestling show? Like who got you and just got you to say, "Damn, this shit is cool."
It's got to be Mick Foley.
Oh,
I got him tatted on my arm.
Oh,
that's
wow.
hard. That's hard.
That's tough.
But it's kind of fun because I have two kind of answers for this. Because
Okay.
100% Mick Foley, like I was, in elementary school when the whole like Hell in a Cell, Mankind thing was going on, and I was definitely too young to be watching it. But I caught glimpses of it, because YouTube was not out. It was just, you just had to see what you saw, and someone shows you on when you go over whatever the
Yep,
video game
VHS tape.
SmackDown one, VHS is
Yeah.
random taped over whatever's. But like my first memory of wrestling that got me like, what the is this? Was like I don't know where I saw it, but it was like Bam Bam Bigelow and his tattooed head, and it was some WCW clip. It was so like fragmented that I don't even know what I was watching when I was watching it, to the point where I was trying to find it again. Like, what channel
Yeah.
is wrestling? Like what do I have to watch
Right.
to find it? And I finally found it. And one of the first matches I remember, and this is like probably controversial for like Twitter at least, or X, whatever, was like, I think it was like Bam Bam Bigelow, and not Bam Bam Bigelow, sorry, Buff Bagwell and like Disco Inferno. And that is like one of my earliest memories of wrestling. Because I know he gets shitted on all the time, like, oh, Disco Inferno's whack, whatever. But I don't know. When
Yeah.
I think of WCW, I think of Disco Inferno and Buff Bagwell and that like horrible era of WCW.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I was just like, what? Like, I was definitely trying to find WWF, but I found this and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like here we are. Like, let's get it in. It's Monday night. All right, this is wrestling. Let's go. Now I can have something to talk about when I go to school tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
That's tight. I want to ask, because you're from the tri-state area, were you able to catch ECW as it was happening, or did you catch on the ECW later?
Bro, I had that was when it was on like 2 in the morning on like public access or something. So like
Right.
I caught maybe like it once or something, but like I get my ass beat if I
Okay.
stayed up that late to watch it kind of shit. But like I had a boy that was obsessed with it to the point where he
Mm,
was doing all the moves on everybody and recess and everything. And that's kind of how I learned about ECW and that
Yeah,
like fanaticism about it. And you go online, you go on like this is before Google, it was like yahoo.com, like, yo, who is
uh-huh.
Rhino? Who is Taz?
Right.
Who
Who
is,
is Taz? Who is
and you trying
Sabu?
to, yeah,
Yeah.
like you trying to make them in the game and like
Mm.
all this shit,
mhm.
like making the cause and whatever. But yeah, that's what I remember from ECW.
Yo.
So it's funny that you mentioned like the games because now I'm seeing like you're around our age actually. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying?
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Like you're like me in a way because just hearing you even talk about creating them and calls and like
mm-hmm.
no mercy and everything like
Writing
that.
down
Like
the code,
even
like the
Dog.
yeah.
Oh, do you know how much like for all those that are listening, do you know how much like printers used to cost
yo,
back
my
then? Like
mom
we were
was,
just printing off like
why you
just
wasting
cheat
my
code
ink?
sheets. Yeah.
Right, right,
You know
right.
what's funny? Like your parents never, or your people that raised you, they never needed anything until the day they need to print off something for work tomorrow,
Why
and
is
Mhm.
there
it's
no
like,
ink in the printer?
why is no? Well, mom, I threw the paper away, but I need to download the cheats again for,
Yeah.
or the codes again for just bring it, or shut your mouth and things like that. Like you said, because it'd be a whole list of like, oh, this person's not in the game, but if you change the face and you put these pants on and
Mm-hmm,
you go through
mm-hmm,
this, yeah, it's
And
crazy.
they'll have their move set in the game too. Like and they still do it
mm-hmm,
today. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
They
mm-hmm.
still do it even with like WWE 2K. Like everybody, like all wrestlers around the world's move sets is in WWE 2K.
I'm AJ and Kensei. I'm truly convinced now having this conversation. I think we were the first data miners because
Probably.
we
Yeah,
legit
probably.
were like, oh dang, Goldberg's in this game. All right, bet. Let
I
me
got,
woo, woo, woo. It's, yeah, real quick. And now data mining is a whole thing of, oh, this person's in here, but they didn't make her this person. Like, but we were actually
Yeah.
just like, let's just change up the costumes. Oh, you can do the
yep.
F5. All right, bet. Like, yeah,
Yeah, most definitely,
Mm-hmm.
man. But
that's
so
dope.
so even at the same time, so like your love for wrestling also translates to your love for music.
Mm.
So like just like how wrestling started for you, like how did music intersect that too at some point? Like did the music bug catch you early on or was this something that caught you a little bit later?
It definitely happened later. Like I wasn't really into music that much. I was and I kind of grew up with Ro, and so like he was very
Okay.
much into the music very young. Like he was rapping when he was like 8 years old or whatever.
Yeah,
And
shout
so
out to Real
like
Ransom.
yeah, Ro Ransom. But like I wasn't really into the music. I would see him doing it and whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. And like it hit me really in high school, I would say,
Mhm.
and I became obsessed with like Wu-Tang, to the point where like
Okay.
people got me in their phone as Wu-Tang. Um, and so like it came to a point where like
I'm sorry.
I was like, I could do this. I was like, yo, I could do this.
Yeah.
And I just started doing it.
Okay. All right. And what age would you say that was? Probably like late teens, or are we talking like early
Yeah,
20s?
like probably 17, 18. Like I was writing my little bars, book, doing that whole thing. And then like
Yeah.
starting to take it seriously when like people are like, nah, you can't do this or whatever. I'm like, all right, bet, watch. Or like I have a friend of mine that was like, all right, you got like 3 years to do something with this. I'm like, the fuck? You give me 3 years to do something, like, all right, whatever. And like, it just was like motivation for me to, not to prove him wrong or anything like that, because whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really move off of other people's motion or whatever. But it's like, um, you can't doubt me. I'm gonna do what I do when I do it, how I do it, however I want to do it.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so that was kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get lost in my own head about it, but it's like
Nah,
No,
but
no,
around that
no.
nah,
age,
nah.
and uh, it just helped me focus. Basically, when you got someone telling you like, nah, this ain't it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not it. All right, cool.
I was gonna ask you because around that time period in just the tri-state area, I mean, you had a renaissance of like up and coming artists. You had Pro Era, you had Flatbush, World's Fair, Bronson, ASAP Mob, and a Jace. You know, so that even goes to like Tan Boys and guys like that too. You know, of course, the whole Smokers Tour, Smoke DZA, all those guys. So was seeing that kind of giving you the nudge to say, okay, I see some guys doing it on their own, or were you still kind of like, you know, kind of following what was going on in the mainstream? Because some people, their ears to the underground and they just make their own waves. Some people, they just follow what they, you know, are promoting. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm curious where that journey started.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I was big into Wu-Tang. I got real into like rant like Loot Pack or like, you know, MF Doom, like all the big names that you kind of know. But then like, you know, Pro Era was coming up. You had, you know, Kendrick was coming up. J. Cole. Oh, you got to check out this kid, J. Cole. Like, what got you? Like that kind of stuff was happening like a little bit later. And for me, it was kind of like anyone that was coming up around the time that I kind of started doing. And this is like, you know, ridiculous to even say, where it's like I'm just starting to put pen to paper, and I'm like, nah, that's my peer. You know, like I'm not worried
Yeah,
about them.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned with their superstardom, because I don't really get caught up in the whole like they're on a different level. No, this person takes a shit just like me and you. This person trips on the shoelace just like me and you. Like they're no different than you. And a lot of people
yeah.
separate themselves from people and try to say like, oh, I can't be on that level. And I'm not trying to say I'm on anyone's level or whatever, but it's like, you know, that's what furthers you from obtaining success that these other people can obtain, because you for some reason think they're different, but they're not. So
Yeah.
I would say I was paying attention to that, like the Wiz Khalifas, the Mac Millers, Action Bronson, until Ghostface was like, nah, fuck Action Bronson. And I was like, fuck Action Bronson. But you know, I was paying
Oh
attention to
man.
everything.
I want to say two things. First of all, shout out to all my East Village radio guys, you know, like yourself, who were into Stone's Throw and all the guys from back then too. So salute to you for that. Rest in peace, MF Doom. And
Word.
yeah, bro, Ghostface doing that was definitely that was D-Day for us Action Bronson fans, because it's like I
was like,
I
oh,
wanna keep rocking with him, but at the same time
Yeah.
it's the ghost, bro. It's like
Yeah, it's Tony Stark's, man.
it's
It's
Tony
Tony Stark
Stark.
saying
And the
this, bro.
fact that like he legit just like stood up and looked at him in the camera like this, and you know what I'm saying, was just going crazy with like the Teddy Pendergrass in the background, like be
yep.
for real, like that
And you
is
want to
a
know,
goated day.
and you want to know what's crazy about it? It's probably like the whole time, Action Bronson was probably a huge Ghostface
Oh,
fan,
fuck
and he just
yeah, hell
like,
He
yeah.
was, and
he's
then
like, what the fuck, dude?
Like, what
Like,
I do got him so
like,
mad at me
like,
for?
this is my idol. He's shitting on me.
you
Like,
know
this
what my favorite part
sucks.
about that was when Ghostface sent them Wu-Tang Killers like to Bronson like at a show. And he's just standing there brolic like this, like what y'all want to do? I was like, yeah, I can't let him go, bro. Blue Chips 2 dropped right after that. I was like, yeah, run this shit up.
Yeah,
And the funny
yeah.
thing is, Bronson, like, he's from Flushing. That's kind of where I grew up in Queens. So it was like, it's hard not to like support him. But I was like, fuck it, Ghostface, let's go.
Now Bronson again. I still respect Bronson, but now he's
Of
cooking
course, yeah, yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He's
He
doing
out here
everything.
cooking. Yeah, he doing there.
Wrestling.
He wrestling, and he's acting like I remember he was in the Irishman just randomly. I was like, dog, they go
Random
Action
as
Bronson.
hell, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Crazy.
damn, they go Action Bronson. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to
Dog.
Action Bronson.
Not the
So,
Action Bronson, man.
you know, it's great to hear like how much, you know, these different people inspired you and put you in this pocket of who you are today musically and everything of that nature. Because I have like talking about when we were bringing you on and everything like that, I went and dived into some of your music too. I was like, okay, let me see what Kensei rocking with. You know what I'm saying? And I started hearing a lot of the Bullet Club, the themes that you did for Bullet Club, and I was like, okay, this shit is hard. I was like, okay. And it reminded me, and it's not me again, like one thing I don't want to do is like I hate to do the comparison game or anything like that. But it was like when I was hearing it, I'm like, damn, he kind of sound like Playboy Cardi almost, or maybe Cardi sounds like him. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? I'm
That's
like,
funny.
damn. I'm like, okay, and it translates into like really for me, it's like, you know, when I hear entrance themes, when I hear music and everything like that, and when it comes to hip hop and wrestling, this is the type of sound I want to hear when someone is coming out with their interest themes, and not what we have today, and not taking nothing away from like the past with like Jim Johnson and the
Yeah, yeah.
CFOs and everything like that. But it's like, okay, people like artists like Kensei, he literally has the torch to like change the sound musically, especially as during this time as wrestling is becoming more hip hop and rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no better time than now for someone like yourself to shine on huge stages. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was I was just like, man, like, okay, he's dope. Like, I rock with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was
Appreciate that.
that War Dogs theme. I mean, I was like,
That shit
okay,
goes hard.
yeah, that shit's hard.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
this
shit
shit
up.
is hard, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm with
Gotta
this.
throw the setup every time, man.
Yeah.
So I guess since we're talking about War Dogs, let's crawl into this. So, what was your first introduction into Bullet Club? Not War Dogs, but just Bullet Club in general. What was your first memory of Bullet Club?
Oh, well, probably AJ, you know, because like I was loosely following, you know, like I grew up, you know, WWE fan, with WWF fan, whatever, but like um Ro was big into wrestling too, and he would tell me like, "Oh, yo, this guy Finn Balor or Prince Devitt at the time." He's like, "Yo, you got to check this dude out." And I'm like, "All right, what's going on?" He's like, "Yo, he's got all these white boys over there acting up." And I was like, "Oh shit." So I'm like, "All
Sounds
right." And he's
about
like,
right.
I was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yo, AJ Styles just showed." I was like, "All right, I gotta peep this," because you know, like I grew up watching TNA from like inception. Like I come in and out when the Hulk Hogan shit started, and it was basically WWE
Yeah.
2.0. You're like, all right, whatever. But then like you know, I remember when AJ Styles was popping off with like you know Amazing Red and what's it called, Sanjay Dutt and all that shit.
Chris
So I'm like, all right.
Sabin, Joe, all those
Oh yeah,
guys.
all the
Yeah,
X Division, you
yeah,
know. And so I'm
yeah.
like, all right, I gotta see this shit. And so I was like, damn, they're going hard. Like this is crazy. Like, um, what year was that? That was like in the
2014.
That was like 2014,
It was
yeah.
2013,
So
2014.
that's kind of like right after I had started to really get into it again, because like I kind of cooled off on wrestling a little bit, and I got back in with the whole like Dolph Ziggler, Del Rio, CM Punk kind of era, right? And like the after the 2010s, whatever we call it. And so then that came in right after, and that was like kind of like the ice on the cake. I was like, oh, this shit's fire right now. Like everything is coming in. And so like
Yeah.
that's how I got introduced to Bullet Club, was like the Prince Devitt, AJ kind of, you know,
Into
marination right
Kenny
there.
Omega, into
Into the rest is history. Okay.
Yeah.
AJ, what about you? When did you first get introduced to Bullet Club, for the people that may not know?
Bullet Club was a little, for me, it was a little bit after. It was like that middle part of like Finn. I mean, Prince, when Devitt was like the leader of Bullet Club and everything. Probably like right when the Young Bucks came in, was probably around that time when I got into Bullet Club. And then, because honestly, what really introduced me to the Bullet Club a little bit was the Shield.
Yep.
Because the Shield started doing a lot of things that was inspired by the Bullet Club, and people was like, yeah, they over here doing Bullet Club stuff. Like they put in the skull and crossbones on like some of their stuff, and they like clearly they're marks for Bullet Club or something like that. And then I looked over and I was like, oh shit, like this some Bullet. And then it reminded me, of course, like being the you know, one of the kid, one of the people that was a kid in the late 90s and everything, NWO. I was like, oh, this is some NWO shit they doing over in New Japan. And I was like, wow. And then pretty much everything else just took off from there for me.
I caught on around the same time you did. This is when Finn was definitely the real rock and roller as Prince Devitt. And I remember when AJ popped over there, because I said, because remember at the time TNA was doing that's when TNA became Impact, and they were doing the Aces and Eights storyline,
Mhm.
and which was like a whole bunch of bikers and things like that, right? So the Aces and Eights stable goes to New Japan. They basically merged them with Bullet Club. That's how you got Gallows and Anderson and all those. Well, Gallows and Anderson was already there. That's how Anderson was already there. That's how Gallows and some other people came along, like AJ Styles. And I remember like looking at it back then. I was like, wait a minute, why is Doc Gallows in this? Why is Cody Hall? Shout out to Cody Hall, but why is Cody Hall here? Is that Jeff Jarrett? Like, just kind of like just keep on going.
Especially laughing at like Doc, because the last time he was in New Japan, Antonio Inoki was stopping his match, telling him like, "This shit is some bullshit. This is whack. Stop the match."
Hey, look. All of Doc Gallows to this day, one of my favorite podcast moments ever is when he said that Red Shoes. We told Red Shoes that he was Festus. He was like, Festus? Like, you really were Festus? That has got to be the greatest career change of all time. Yeah. From going from Imposter Kane to Festus to just guys being dudes in the Bullet Club. Like, he's so glad he went to Japan.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Big time.
So basically, it's kind of like you, because AJ literally came, I think, Finn's last night.
He did.
Yeah, that's when he debuted.
He did. Then they do the Bullet Club thing where they turn on you, and then AJ debuted, and then like either that debut or like shortly after AJ won the title from Tanahashi, and then that's when you just started to see Bullet Club everywhere. It wasn't just Japan anymore. It was Ring of Honor. It was Rev Pro, Defied, all the indie wrestling promotions across the globe. You just saw Bullet Club everywhere. And what was the first time you saw a Bullet Club shirt? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, that might be a top 10 wrestling shirt ever. Because
easy.
Yeah, top 5, top 3, maybe.
Yeah, the Bone Soldier. Look, I knew it was a top 10 at least shirt when because I got a Bone, because remember when Hot Topic got the contract and you were able to buy the Bone Soldier shirt at Hot Topic. I remember just walking through the grocery store and I'll have it on, and then somebody like, "Too sweet me, bro."
Yo, straight up. Someone I would wear the hat. I had the hat and I would rock it just walking around, and someone would just be like, "Yo," and I'm like, when did wrestling become cool? You know?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Always the best feeling. Like, I saw a guy at Target. I forget. I think I was trying to find a controller for the low, bro. He was literally walking by. We caught eye contact. I saw his shirt. Did this. Did that. Just kept on going. It's like you just know. It's like a code. It's like it's like Hell Hydra from Winter Soldier. It's like it's just if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. And then people looking around like, what the fuck is going on? Somebody got a box of cereal in their hand. They just looking at you like,
but you know what? That's the best thing about it, because it wouldn't matter if that guy was like white, black, Japanese. It don't matter. Like, it just unites everybody. And that's the best thing about wrestling, the beautiful thing about wrestling. So I was very curious about that. So for you personally, I guess I'll ask the question, how do you feel about your process? Because we talked about the music earlier. When you're making a song for Kensei versus when you're making a song for a Bullet Club member or just anybody that you may, be pitched like, hey, I think I want to do this for. Like, what's that process difference?
I mean, it's kind of the same shit, really, because like you came to me for me, you didn't come to me to be somebody else, But like, of course, I'm gonna sprinkle in like theme or whatever. Shout out, the first theme I ever did was for Will Ferrara, my homie. We went to high school together. I don't know if you know Will Ferrara. He was in Ring of Honor for a bit. I did his theme, and that was the first time I did a theme where I'm thinking like, okay, I gotta do this a little different. And you want to hype up the person, you want to speak a little to their game and whatever. So like that, it had me thinking a little different. And then I did the bullet track for Bullet, Carl, and Anderson. And so, you know, you just got to think like, okay, like what, you know, what's their swag, you know? And then you just, you know, I do me and I just sprinkle in what's going on with them. And then that's just it, really, you know?
Yeah. So okay, so like of course we know like a lot of your collaborations is with Row Ransom and everything like that. But like how at what like where did like this the intersection of you making entrance themes for wrestlers, like
Yeah.
how
What
did
was the
that happen?
genesis of
What
that?
was the
Yeah.
genesis of it? Like
Well,
what?
I would say someone in New Japan was a fan
Okay,
and hit me
nice.
up and was like, okay, like, I like your music. And at the time, this is like pre-COVID, I was actually training to wrestle. And so
Oh shit.
Okay.
shout out Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy or school, whatever you want to call it. They're out in LA. I only went there for like a couple weeks, but then COVID happened, they shut down, and that kind of shifted everything. But in 2019, I was going hard. Like I learned all about like macros and working out. I put on like 40 pounds. I took jujitsu classes. I was taking Muay Thai classes. I was like, let me learn what's going on. Not that I'm actually going to be out
Mhm.
here like a black belt or some shit, but I need to learn how
Yeah.
to rumble and tumble. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was like, I could do this, you know, because like I know some people that do this. I could do this. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that. And so when that person had hit me up, I was like, yo, I'm actually, you know, interested in kind of pursuing this in a way. And so it kind of got the conversation started, and maybe they understood that I'm not just some mark that likes wrestling. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually
Yeah.
I respect this and I'm into it, and like I
Yeah.
put the time and effort into this to, you know,
Make it work.
make it work in some way. And obviously, I didn't stick with it on that route, but that's kind of got, I think, my foot in the door and built that relationship at least.
So interesting enough, okay, because I'm about to ask this question. You're probably gonna laugh at this. Okay, so why the hell haven't you moved to Florida and got into that WWE PC?
I'm too small, bro. I'm too small. I don't know if you see me out at the New Japan show next to Gabe Kidd and fucking, you know what I mean? Like these guys are fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, mass.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
normal people, I'm a tall dude, but like next to these guys, it's some like, bro,
Yeah, larger than life, like they
Yeah.
say. You
bro,
know what I'm saying?
who
Yeah,
I
the
Yeah.
seen,
monsters in the
bro, I seen Lance Archer,
Oh
bro,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, tall dude,
bro.
real
Yeah.
big dude.
Like
Yeah,
I'm a
you
big dude, bro. Like damn. I never seen a dude in real life that big unless I'm at like an NBA game or some shit. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know what? Maybe I made the right choice. This shit ain't
Nah,
no joke,
man.
man.
Yeah. But
I got
it's
you.
cool to hear that though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like to hear that not only is it's not just it wasn't just like, oh, you know, I make music and hey, a few
Mhm.
people hit me up on some wrestling and shit like that. It was like, yo, you was actually trying to dive into the whole art of
Yeah.
wrestling too, like
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
beautiful,
trying to
man.
get into the whole pro wrestling sphere yourself. Like that's
Pay some
definitely
dues.
really
Pay
Like
some
cool
dues. Yeah.
to
the
do, you know what I'm
respect
saying?
the respect I have for them on like an artistic level is like it's really some other shit.
Yeah.
Because who else do you know? And you guys obviously understand this, but it's like who else do you know that can go out there, perform to like the minute detail of a performance in front
Mhm.
of however many people, whether it be three people or 3,000, 100,000, flawlessly put on these shows as if it's
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
risking all the injury and all. Like when I was there at the show, at the New Japan show, that was like I've been close, but like this is one of the closest because I was part of the show, and it
Right.
was like, you know, you see it from the backside, and you're just like, wow, like this is crazy. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
watch it, you even if you're front row on TV, whatever, but when you're like standing next to the dude, you're like, all right, cool, go out there, kill it. He goes out there, you're
Mhm.
like, damn, he fucking killed that shit. Like that
Yeah.
shit was
Yeah.
crazy.
Nah, it's funny. Me and AJ have a mutual homie named Jamal. Shout out to you, Jamal. And
Shout out Jamal.
Jamal Shakur, he is from Tacoma, Washington. So shout out to that, right? But look, Jamal, band Tacoma, by the way. We starting a band Tacoma campaign. So Jamal was chilling one day with the homie Winston. Shout out to the homie Winston. He's a part of my other podcast. I'm on the Show Your Word Network, right? And they were watching, funny enough, what you were talking about, some of that older late 90s WCW, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, hey man, I always wanted to be a wrestler. I think I could do it, because he's like, hey man, I'm at a point where I just want to do something different. My daily life. He's just like, hey, I got the itch to do something. So these idiots, and I say this lovingly, but he realized that, oh, wait a minute, DDP started wrestling when he was like 33 or something like that. Now, he didn't know that DDP was like, the nightclub, and that he'd been around these guys. So like, yeah. And also DDP is like this. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah. So he literally has recently done some wrestling classes, and I'm not gonna say what he said in that text, but in the phone call conversation, he was like, "Man, I didn't know those ropes were so damn hard." I'm like, "Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
them shits is fucking steel, bro."
Yeah,
I literally was just waiting for like him to say. I was like, just let me know when you have to first take your first fall bump. Let me know how you feel. After that. Let me know if you think you made a good decision in this.
Shit's no joke, man.
Nah, man, and I'm trying to tell him, like, bro, you don't have to do this. No, man, but I wrestled in high school, and I'm like, okay, cool.
And then not then also to double down on that, he'd be like, oh, but y'all doubting me, so I'm really gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like since y'all doubting me, I'm gonna do it.
You don't think I could do this?
Yeah, but after his first class, he was like, "Hey, yo, this shit a little hard." And I was like, "Well, what did y'all do?" "Oh, we did mat rolling and all that." I was like, "So you didn't even take a bump yet,
bro?"
Shout out Jamal.
Shit's no joke.
Yeah, Jamal, shout out to you. If you continue this journey, cool. But I just want to let you know, Kensei is war ready. Shout out to my boy Jordan Holt. He's war ready. Yeah. Whenever you think you got this down pat, we will do some classic Midcarders and catering booking. Me and AJ will be in their corner. We're not going to be in your corner, but
right.
I'm going over, brother.
Right. That's
all right. So I do want to ask you, because you talked about being able to go and perform at Resurgence, standing next to Gabe Kidd. What so far for you has been your favorite moment as an artist?
That's a good question. I mean, this was pretty cool. That was my first time performing in a ring, or not performing in a ring, but being in a ring, on camera and everything like that. But I would say, I really think back, some of my favorite moments as an artist were like the earlier days, like the music that you can't even find anymore because it's not on Dat Piff no more or whatever, like the mixtapes with my homie, like shout out Don Rubix and Johnny Boy, back in Queens, like, meeting up, going to the basement, recording in the closet, like putting mixtapes together in one night, putting it out. And, those are some, like going and then shooting a music video by ourselves on, like, around the block, you know what I mean? Like those are some of my favorite moments. Because like low key, I'm not big on like, oh, I need to go perform in front of millions, and like that's not really my bag. My bag is more like I enjoy creating music with people I like, I like that part of the connection of the artistry, you know what I mean? Like I like, just chilling with the homies, making some music.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta salute that, because I mean that's a great answer. But I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. If I would have saw something like this, I'd be like, yo, this right here. You got to get that framed, like, for real.
That shit was hard.
That is a moment. Like, that is hard as hell, especially like the, following result it's like, yo, he won. It wasn't like he performed and he didn't win. He actually won too. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
tough.
that
You
is
busted that
tough.
dude's ass.
Yeah, literally. I would say get well, Eddie, but you should have been talking shit. So
Should be talking shit, Eddie.
should have been talking shit, Eddie.
No,
So
Eddie thinks is the man, but you know.
yeah, nah.
Oh
But I
well.
mean, that's the thing. You talked about those early moments, and I did do my research. I'm pretty sure AJ did his research as well. And this was very interesting because a lot of people don't know about you and Ro. Talk to me about this early night in LA with Ro. And yes, y'all can't see this if you're listening, which means you should go to the Midcarders and Catering YouTube or the video page on Spotify and watch this. But that says Dua Lipa. So
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it
yeah,
does.
yeah,
It
yeah,
does.
yeah. I mean,
yes.
Yes.
so it was a show in LA. I forget the venue. It was like one of these like random like little warehouse things, and I don't know if she was like a big deal at this point yet, but she was obviously getting steam.
Mhm.
Ro was like opening for her on tour, and so it was in LA. I'm in LA. He's like, yo, come through. So we go through, backstage. We meet Dua Lipa. She's just some girl, and that's what I was saying
Yeah.
before. These people are just people, and like I've told people like, oh yeah, we opened for Dua Lipa one day. They're like, oh my god, you opened for fucking, like, oh shit, like oh my god. I'm like, she's just some girl, bro. Um, and it was funny because like she had all like, I don't know if it's like keep it on the low. I don't think it fucking matters, but
We're
like she had
good.
all
We're
her
good.
her
Yeah.
her people like oh these two black dudes and Dua Lipa, and she had her little crew of like these UK dudes around her. Like they're like, oh
Yeah.
no, like let's keep her off to the side. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not worried about her, man. Like get out of here. But
He
she
said,
was
"I'm here for
cool.
my check, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I'm here for the
I'm
check."
chilling, bro. Like I ain't worried about her. But it was cool. It was definitely cool to see, like treat it like any other night. It's nothing crazy. It's, those people, a lot of people in the stands, of course, but you treat it like it's five people. You treat it like it's just like a, resurgence. Like there's however many people watching. It's the same. You go out there and perform like these wrestlers do. Whether it's for
Yeah.
a hot dog and a handshake or it's for $1 million check. You go out there and you bust your ass and you do what you do. But it was a cool moment. I definitely that's one of the few pictures I have on my Instagram. Um, it's it was a cool moment for sure.
I mean, damn, you kind of killed my joke. I was gonna say Jack Harlow ain't got shit on you, but I mean, hey. You could definitely be like, I was the first person before we do it. Hey man.
Worry about fucking
He
Jack
was like,
Harlow.
He said,
He said, "It's my time yet." Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's funny as hell, man. The fact that like maybe not even her, but like her entourage was just like, I don't
They're
know,
like,
two
oh man,
guys kind of sketchy.
like, what's going on? Like, man, get out of here, bro.
Like, man, come on. He's like,
Yeah.
man, where is the tuna rolls up in there?
Yeah, like,
Like,
man,
where's the catering at, man?
Where's the
like,
catering?
bro.
I'm hungry, bro.
Like, bro, we
Yeah.
could hit Roscoe's after this. We don't give a damn
Yeah, you know
about
what I mean?
Dua Lipa right now. But hey, shout out to Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lima doing big things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, speaking of you as an artist, I'll ask this question. Past or now, because you talked about Ghostface earlier, who is a dream artist you'd like to collab with from the past and maybe today? Because I've noticed with a lot of your music, it's just really, you do a lot of solo work, which I love when people do solo work because you get to truly experience the artist. But if you just had to say, all right, I'll break here, fuck it, let me just go with somebody I actually like. Like, who would that be?
I mean, like, and I don't know if I keep up with him, but Raekwon. Raekwon was always one of my like favorite artists. Only Built for Cuban Links is my favorite
Yes,
album.
sir.
Listen to it all the time. Doesn't get his flowers that he deserves anymore. I feel like these kids don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, these fucking kids. You know what I mean? But that would be someone, or like a Ghostface. I always, when I was, because like my earlier stuff is more of that. It's more hip hop sounding. It's more like,
It's more like Iron Man,
lyrical
Cuban Links type.
miracle, you know what I
Green
mean?
clientele. Yeah.
So like that was my shit, and something that I took from Ghostface early on was like, you gotta come out with some wild shit in the beginning. You just gotta say some crazy shit, because he would always be busting in with like, oh yo, like some other shit. But today, I don't know, man.
It don't have to be rap either. It could be any kind of artist either. Like it could be anybody.
Oh, West Side Gun.
Okay.
Makes
West Side
sense.
Gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah. A lot of someone else who uses wrestling as a theme for like the music that they make today too. So yeah, that right there, I can see that how that aligns. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. And I did like that edit he just did with Finn a couple days ago. I don't know if you saw it on his Instagram, but it was pretty dope. Like Prince Devitt. He did a Prince Devitt edit, and it was to his song, the Finn Balor song. So like, it was a really good edit. So yeah, shout out to West Side Gun. I will say that the Wu-Tang thing is hilarious, but hey man, y'all know on Show Your Work, I be like Nelson will say like, "Oh, you was probably bumping North Star today." I was like, "Yes, yes." So shout out to Cuban Links, goated album, man. All right.
So
yeah,
no, go ahead.
AJ. No, I would say, I mean, we've already touched the artist part. I think I know we're coming up on a year anniversary of Orphan, so go check that out, everybody. Just because it's a year doesn't mean you can't go and check it out. So it's on all DSPs. I was gonna say, AJ, do you have anything else for our guest?
I did want to ask because again, I want to. It's not really a game. It's more so of a like I want you to give me a list real quick of like since you are you pretty much have been in the act of like making interest themes and everything like that. Like, what are your top 5 wrestling themes? Because I feel like that's important. Like, I feel like that's something that people need to know because you got someone here who's already making some heat in terms of wrestling themes, but I got to get in a way I kind of feel like Mick Foley gonna be a part of this for some reason, but that's just me because you showed us the tat. So that's why Mick might be in that top 5, but I'm just curious.
Top 5. Okay. No order.
Okay.
Gangrel.
The Brew? Okay, nice.
Off of like SmackDown 3, Hip Hop Original 3, or whatever. The 13 is like one of those generic ass tracks. I'm just fucking with you.
I was gonna say he about to have us go digging through an uncaged.
There's like one of those. It's like number 13. It's like the only hip hop track for like your creative wrestler. It's the only one you can pick. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this one. But definitely the Brood. Definitely the it's probably Stone Cold's the second one that he had. I think it's the Disturbed one.
The Disturbed one, okay. Not Hell Frozen Over, but
that one goes crazy hard.
It's Glass Shattered. That's the name of it.
Yeah. You put me on a spot here. I don't want to just say like I know I'm gonna come back later and be like, no, I meant this one. Who's got a crazy ass theme? I hate Jon Moxley's fucking Wild Thing. I hate that shit so much.
We do too,
bro. Like, yo, when they start singing that shit, I'm like, yo, shut up, man. That shit is whack. Like,
hey, free the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt now. Free the belt.
Yeah, send it back home.
Naito, please, for the love of God.
I think, I want to say Kenny Omega.
Okay, Devil Sky.
Is it Devil Sky or the AEW one?
The New Japan one.
Devil Sky. It's the
Devil Sky.
The
Sephiroth one.
Yeah.
I am AJ Styles.
Okay.
Fucking.
That's a classic. You got one more.
Oh damn, nah. Oh, the most feared theme of all time. The fucking Jeff Jarrett TNA
Oh, the
fucking
TNA joint.
that shit. When that shit hits,
Yeah,
you better
yeah,
get
that
the
shit
fuck
hard.
out of the way, man. You better get the fuck. You're
Yo!
losing. You're losing.
Hey,
Yo,
get the guitars, bro.
that
Get the
dog.
Back
guitars.
on the mat, 1, 2, 3. You're done.
Oh, I just got PTSD of like Slammiversary 06 and this man like on top of the ladder with a guitar, like throwing up the peace sign.
Yeah.
Yo, wow.
Nigga beating your ass, man. He ain't playing.
Right.
Let's
The
go.
Booker's got the fuck. You lost, man. You're not even supposed to be on this show.
That damn laugh too, in the theme is crazy. So that's a great list. That's a great list.
Dope list. So, okay, so we got into that and everything, and we got into the introduction. But before we like actually jump into some wrestling type things, we actually brought on a good friend of yours.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
A good friend of ours.
It's a
you
good
know what I'm
run-in.
saying?
Yeah.
It's an invasion almost, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Because this young man, this is actually his first time actually popping on the podcast. And he's been a hell of a great supporter of the podcast along the way. Shout out to the Reggae Boys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Reggae Boys. But we brought him on because he had a funny story to tell. And we want to hear this story, this story that he has to tell and everything like that. But he's also a musician himself. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put my boy over before he comes.
Listen, Port Antonio is out right now on all streaming services. It just dropped. This is my guy. We have gone to war. I've risked my life for Troy. Funny enough. So shout out to my boy, Troy Cameron, man, of the Reggae Boys Radio by Troy Cameron. What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro?
What's happening,
How
brother?
y'all doing? How y'all doing, man?
We're doing great, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. Every day's a holiday.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Word.
So, Troy, you told me a story about Kensei and sticking up for his set. You want to tell the rest of the rest of the world this story?
I remember because the New Japan comes on pretty early in the morning, right? Y'all would say.
Oh, absolutely. If you're watching it live, it's definitely.
I'm asleep.
I'm like one of the few people watching this. Like
I'm catching on Access TV.
4 in the morning. I'm on New Japan World watching this live because like I have nothing to do that Saturday. So I'm like, all right, Dominion.
Nah, I used to work the 5 a.m. shift, bro. So I was up. So I'm not gonna blame the Za, but I for sure just woken up and I'm watching this shit. And then, bro, out of nowhere, I see David Finlay's third kid. And I knew Gabe Kidd, and I remember seeing Clark Connors before. And then Alex Coughlin, I seen him on Twitter because he just bench presses people, bro. Like, shit's weird. I wonder what happened to him, but like, he just deadlifts and bench presses human beings. And I'm like, bro, they all joined the Bullet Club at the same time, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on, dog? Like,
this is the formation of the War Dogs last year. This is Dominion last year. Funny enough.
And then my dog was like, nah, bro, I do the theme song. I'm like, bro, I know. I was like putting 2 and 2 together. I'm like, bro, what a fucking coincidence, bro. But like, nah, that shit set me for a loop when I woke up, bro. I was like, so they got a new leader and all the, I don't know if y'all keep up. Those were the LA Dojo kids.
Yes.
And they're all trained by Shibata. And I'm just like, bro, I've seen these kids like on New Japan Strong only. Like I've never seen them anywhere.
Or you'd see them like you used to see them, but like the funny thing I love about like wrestling companies, like with WWE, it's the security. They always hire the indie wrestlers to be security and things like that, right? Or like the NXT talent will be like backstage people. But like with New Japan, you can literally see footage of Gabe and all the people like just ringside, just like,
young boy
helping the wrestlers, the young lions. Yeah. So that's hilarious that was your reaction. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. that was a fun time last year watching the War Dogs come together, because it's like, here we go again with Bullet Club. But I will say, giving it time, like I thought, it's good. It's actually really good. I like David Finley as the leader. I think Gabe is hilarious because he's one of the last few people that's actually working people. Like, I watched his LA interview where he was talking about. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, in like 30 seconds, he has destroyed another company, and he's also like rizzing up the host at the same time. Like, this is crazy. Like,
wow, man,
he is a treasure. He is a treasure, man. Like, for real. So, how is it for you, Kensei, when you're putting on people onto wrestling that's not WWE? Because WWE is so easy to access.
yeah,
It's the easiest thing to access in the world. How is it when you're explaining like New Japan World to like just, your people?
you just gotta be like, yo, this is that ill shit. Like, you know about WWE and shit, but yo, this is that ill shit. You gotta see this. You know about this and that, but no, you gotta see this shit. They doing some other shit, and they like, oh, really? And then you show them like someone kicking the fuck out of someone. You're like, oh, okay, this shit's for real. Like, yeah. Oh, shoot style, strong style. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I imagine that, because I mean, for me, it's funny when you have to explain, like, okay, like, you have to catch on Access TV, like AJ said, or you have to, shoot that New Japan World to them, like, explain the process. But New Japan World is actually pretty easy to access, and they updated their interface. Yeah, because
you remember they did. Finally?
Yeah, look, you remember the days where you could only watch it on the computer. Yeah, now you can watch it, like, they got the Amazon TV app, and like I can watch it directly. Yeah, so it's a whole lot easier today than it was like when we first started watching. Oh nah,
you just got to translate the page and shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's the fucking worst.
Like, I hope I'm clicking on the right shit.
Like, but the saving grace of it though was it's always been only like $10, so it's always been cool to access it that way. But that used to be the worst. Like, you had to go on a computer, then log in. Then if you didn't get the results you wanted, you were pissed you stayed up. It's like, bro, Okada won again. God damn, like, he can't keep getting away with this. So, yeah, man, I think that's pretty much all the main questions I have for you, Kensei, as far as like you being an artist. And thank you again for coming on and being our first musical artist. Thank you, Troy, for being the second.
So you're number 2. You're second place. Hey.
You're like one. You're 1B. We're not gonna say second. You're 1B. You're 1B.
You're 1B. 1B is better than 2. You know,
1B is better
for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I just want to shout out Troy real quick. Just always holding me down, throwing me beats back in the day. Like, always been there. I appreciate you, man. Always
appreciate you too, bro.
Hey man, that's crazy. Troy's sending you beats, but Troy, we're gonna talk.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then we're gonna talk, Troy. We're gonna talk. I ain't gonna do you like that publicly, but we're gonna talk. But all right. So Kensei, we still have some other things to cover in the show as far as the world of wrestling as a whole. So are y'all ready to get into this? All right, AJ, let's do it.
Let's get into this week in the wrestling.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
So it's a whole lot, man. It's almost like this 2 weeks in wrestling, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're gonna get as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? In this little bit of time that we have. But first, I kind of want to kick it off and talk about Indianapolis.
Okay.
And what the plans that they're having. Go to hell, Detroit. sports commission because y'all fumbled this bag, and I knew it was your fault, and I knew y'all was probably gonna get this damn package. But whatever, man. I'm not gonna make a big long rant about this and everything, But Indianapolis, they have been awarded hosting privileges. They are going to be hosting the Royal Rumble 2025, to be announced SummerSlam and WrestleMania, all going down in Lucas Oil Stadium. And wow, they are going. So I think, and actually, Royal Rumble's moving to February 1st,
It
Mm-mm.
is.
2025.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You
don't
want to
like
know
that.
what you want to know? What's also like not cool about this? It's cold as fuck
Yeah.
in Indianapolis. February
fuck
1st,
are they
it's
doing?
cold. Like who wants to
Yeah.
travel to Indiana? I know I'm just a state away, but I mean, who the hell
No one wants to go to
travel?
Indianapolis.
It's nasty. It's nasty work.
Mm-mm.
SummerSlam and WrestleMania probably going to be a little bit better for them. You know what I'm saying? Weather wise, I think, and everything like that. But like, how are we feeling about this? Oh, we see how Kensei feels, and you already kind of got a glimpse of how I feel. I just went on a rant about Detroit, but
Fuck Indiana.
Troy, Florida man,
Memphis, Maine.
man, Larry, what we feeling, bro?
Why they scared of Miami, bro? What happened?
Flow Rider.
Like,
had
when's
enough
the
of Flow
last time we
Rider.
had like a big event, bro? You feel me? We need Flow Rider to pull up, Dwayne to pull up too. Yo, we make it a big event, bro. Look, we'll get Lola Vice to dance at halftime, bro. It'll be a whole thing, man. They need to tap in, bro. Bro. But I do have to say they're saving me a lot of money because I'm not going the fuck over there. So I appreciate y'all, bro. I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna save up. Me and my girl, we gonna go to WrestleMania. I was like, where? Oh no, perfect.
WrestleMania
Appreciate
on the couch.
y'all.
Oh my god! All right, so I'm gonna say this. I'm probably the only person that's okay with this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
It's always got to be one motherfucker.
yeah, it's always one, but I'm gonna explain why.
I'm just fucking
Because
with you.
I feel like the WWE, ever since Nick Khan and Triple H completely took over, have done a wonderful job of making each PLE feel important. And we're starting to see PLEs now in Puerto Rico, in France, in the UK, I'm pretty sure down the line, even if it's NXT, we'll see a Japan PLE, a Mexico PLE,
Oh, absolutely.
So we're getting a lot of great PLEs. Kensei, all due respect, but listen, man, New York, California, Florida, Texas, y'all have been running shit. It is time for a smaller market to get something. Now, that being said, if I were them, I would hold that SummerSlam off to like 2027 because, to be honest with you, running SummerSlam and Royal Rumble in the same year next year would be crazy in Indianapolis. That would be kind of crazy.
Actually, I think it's in. Didn't they announce that? Oh,
they haven't announced. They haven't.
Oh, that's 2026. That's in Minneapolis,
Minnesota. Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
Don't, if you want to offset it, give people the fun year. Make Royal Rumble Indianapolis. You got Mania in Vegas. I don't know what's going to be 25 SummerSlam, but it could be wherever, somewhere nice,
Yeah.
And I think Earl, shout out to my boy Earl got sold from Guest from the Stands. Like, he was just out there for All-Star. Indianapolis has a couple cool things out there that will surprise you. Like, it's one of those cities where you go to, it's like, it's not as bad as I thought. So I'm not too mad at it. But the thing about it, Troy, you talk about saving money, that might be an easier WrestleMania to get into because we know next year with Vegas, that's going to look, they ain't got to worry about that one selling out. It's going to sell out.
Oh, yeah. That's Allegiant Stadium is going to be full.
Oh, yeah.
Allegiant Stadium is going to be full.
Oh, we got a Raiders fan in the house. Raiders fan.
And that strip. Yeah, my brother Youngin, shout out to you. He going to love seeing that because he's a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
Free pops. But yeah, bro, that is going to be the Vegas strip that whole week is phenomenal. So Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
really
not
cool.
mad at it. But I will say the trade off is you have to give us more exotic locations for some of these PLEs, like So we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah, Royal Rumble in the cold is going to be something else. I'll tell you right there. That's going to be interesting. But hey, the Earth is getting hotter, so maybe it'll be like 65 that day. I don't know.
But also, you know what? Also, too, hey, I think Triple H said it best. Whoever's gonna drop the bag now. And I
Bag
think
now. Yeah.
Indianapolis dropped the bag. I mean, personally, I'm with you, AJ. I think Mania 26, which is gonna be 42. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the UK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 42.
I
Yeah,
think
that might be Wembley. It
I
might be
think that'll be
Wembley.
Wembley. So, hey, you got to get in where you fit in, man. And Indianapolis said, look, bro, we will give you whatever you want. And they said, this is the price. So I know that check had to be worth it. So salute.
Yeah, definitely. Other little small newsworthy items. Finally we got a confirmation for NXT in terms of their move to CW. That is October 1st. So CW NXT will be prime time. And hey, listen, the way NXT has been moving lately, it's looking like they're gonna be going into some hot shit going
Whoop
into
that trick.
Yeah,
Hey, man, whoop that trick, baby.
real.
Whoop that trick.
Real.
Whoop that trick, baby.
Whoop that trick. Javon Evans, like, hey, listen, NXT is
Mhm.
really, really, it's good. It is it does get on that up and down type curve, and I'm thinking they kind of catching that stride right now. I'm thinking they're
Yeah.
trying to ride it now. So
Yeah.
we're about to head in the heat wave real soon. I think it's literally the day after Money in the Bank.
It is.
So
It is. It's that Sunday.
yeah, so it's that Sunday. So hey, keep the momentum going. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got confirmation on that. Look, I don't know if okay, Shane McMahon.
Okay. All right.
Shane O'Mac.
It is all lies. It's all
Okay.
lies.
Okay.
And Conrad, I respect what you have done for the industry, but you should be ashamed for even putting that bullshit in the atmosphere and getting people talking about this. Like,
What he do?
Okay.
all right.
Look.
So he had a hypothetical conversation with Jim Ross of all people, right? And he said, hey, I think, contrary to popular belief, anytime somebody says that, some bullshit's coming. He said that he felt like Shane McMahon could end up in AEW. I said, okay, Conrad, all right, y'all are just at the point, y'all are doing anything to get any type of attention, any type of views, anything like that. Because by even implying that Shane McMahon will go to AEW, you're implying that there is an issue internally with the new regime with WWE. Mm-hmm. You're implying that he's loyal to Redacted. We don't say his name on this podcast. So.
Okay.
Redacted,
Yeah,
nasty. We call him nasty creative man. That's
yeah,
what we call
you're implying that you're
He a fan.
Yeah. Hey,
Exactly.
So yeah, and just because someone's not with the company anymore doesn't mean that they don't still like the company. I mean, I'm pretty sure Shane was at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure Shane has been doing a lot that we don't know about because we don't need to know about it.
He locked in.
It's Shane McMahon, dog. Like, what are we talking?
He's locked in.
So that just got a whole spiral. It was so bad. Even though Tony Khan would have loved to just like keep people like on a stay tuned kind of thing, even Tony Khan had to be like, nah, I'd love Shane, but nah, nah, this is not true. And so we went through, what was it, been like a week now of this?
Yeah, it was been a week. I think Tony finally said something today.
No, he said it's like 2 days ago.
2 days ago, something like that. It was kind of, but I was like, okay, let's just clear this shit out. Let's shovel this on up out of here because
that was hilarious.
Please, stop it. Like we're not
the fantasy booking had me in tears, bro.
Nasty work. It's like Shane is like so invested into his son's like football careers and everything. Like I don't think Shane is like, well, hey, let me get back. Let me go over here to where no one's on the hard cam side and
and tear my Achilles.
tear my Achilles this time. Exactly. Like, come on, bro. Like, nah, we
Hey
not.
man, watch he popping up at Blood and Guts, bro. Just watch.
That's it. Very
That's
nasty, bro.
disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I
Blood and
feel,
guts.
I feel, forget the hose. I'm scared right now.
I'm
bro.
terrified. I'm terrified.
I'm fucking petrified right now.
Like, oh God, please no. But yeah, that was that thing. So I'm glad we got that out the way. Flipping it back over to WWE side real quick. We all know about the Netflix deal that's coming up in January. We're really, really excited about that. I'm not excited for my pockets, and I'm sure none of my friends here
Ooh,
are excited
yeah.
about theirs either. But Triple H has went on the record. Now, he didn't say that this was going to be a regular occurring thing, but he did say that all gloves are off in terms of censorship when they finally make it to Netflix. Now look, let's be clear. That don't mean we're going to be seeing titties and bald asses and everything like that.
Attitude era is not.
It's not.
Back.
No, this is not what we're at. You know what I'm saying? It's more so you may see someone say shit out loud, or maybe someone may one day say fuck. But remember, there's kids here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna be some bleeding for sure.
Yeah, some little more bleeding. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Like that's the whole thing. They're not trying to scare Netflix. They're trying to continue a partnership here. So
what did we do?
Yeah.
What the hell did we do?
Exactly, because you
don't
have to
get
understand,
scared now.
Exactly. Yeah. And you have to understand, like, being on Netflix is putting them in way more homes than cable had. Like, this is, like, I think 80 million 80%. Homes. Like,
he
almost,
said he was saying that like 80% of the world will be able to catch it because right now, Netflix is the Raw exclusive, but Netflix will be the exclusive outside of the US as far as Peacock goes. So they'll be the new exclusive for things of that nature. So that's great to see. And I like it. All Triple H is doing is literally looking at the Universal execs and saying, look, if you want to keep a piece of the pie, when it comes to renegotiation, you better up this motherfucking bag. Up the scope. Because I promise you. Yeah. And
price of the brick went up.
Yeah. That was a great interview that he did on McAfee. And quick side note, prayers up for McAfee. Horrible situation. Prayers up for him and his loved ones going through this situation right now. But that's a great McAfee interview that he did. So
really good interview he did there. Definitely shout out to Hunter. And also even keeping Hunter here for a minute. Finally, Dwayne and Brian Gewirtz have finally got their lives in order. The WrestleMania 40 Behind the Curtain documentary is finally dropping on July 3rd. So on YouTube. So we finally get to see Dwayne Johnson lie his ass off about what really happened between him and Cody. Getting to the WrestleMania stage and everything like that. We got that. It looks good. Looks good, man. It looks great.
I did the knowledge on why that's happening now.
Oh, you did?
And it made me even more disgusting.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
So that'll be July 3rd. So Wednesday, June 26th was the final episode of The Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, bro.
Who executive produced that?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about Who Killed
WCW. The Dark Side of the Ring Deluxe. Basically.
Yeah.
Dwayne said, I'm going to give y'all one more week, but I'm going to give it on the WWE side. And
now, Kensei, hold on real quick. Because, okay. When we go back, we just rewind it real quick back to WrestleMania 40. Okay. Whose side were you on here? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay, so of course we're acknowledging our tribal chief. Of course we are. But
always.
But was it Dwayne that you wanted to see him and Dwayne at WrestleMania?
Oh, I don't give a
40?
fuck about Dwayne. I was here for Roman, man. I was the tribal chief, motherfucker. Like Dwayne, all right, come through, whatever. Like it's gonna make other people care, but
Yeah.
I was in, Cody, yeah, cool Bullet Club, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, like I would have said keep the streak going, bro. I don't give a fuck, man. Like run it back. I don't give a fuck, man.
Funny, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That would have been hilarious.
I would be
It
like,
would have
yo,
been
Bro would have not
nasty.
finished his story. I would have been laughing till now, bro.
You know
It
what I
cracked me
love?
up.
You know what I love about Bullet Club guys? You watch any interview, they're all like, "Yeah, man, they were Bullet Club once, but man, fuck it, it's War Dogs now, man. Fuck those guys."
old news.
Yeah. So at least still you was on the right side of history, even still. Because it wasn't I want to see Rock and Roman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck all that. We wanted Cody Roman too, so that is what it is. But
I can't wait to this doc.
I can't wait to see this documentary. It's gonna be some funny ass shit. Because the lies is gonna be crazy.
I have a theory, and I can't wait to rub it in my $7 friends' faces, and I can't wait to.
Can't say I wish you were listening to this podcast like months ago when I photoshopped my face on the tree and I put it as the cover. I put it as the cover of the episode that week. Just to poke fun at our friends who are $7 truthers, like just to get at them and everything like that. 'Cause they didn't
Winston
get their way.
Earl, y'all not low. Y'all look, y'all not low. Y'all are disgusting. I'm gonna repeat what AJ told them, and when that documentary drops on July 3rd, I'm gonna text them and say Wednesday gonna be a bad day for you, nigga. It's gonna be a bad day. So yeah,
we know the truth.
We know the truth.
We know the truth.
Don't tell a lie on me. I won't
do the knowledge.
You
feel me?
Hey,
but yeah, just to wrap that up and just to get Rhea Ripley's potentially returning soon, probably in time for SummerSlam, so that's great. Too. I missed Rhea and everything, but the Judgment Day stuff has been carrying along really, really well, if you ask me.
The whole Dom situation.
Yeah, the whole Dom thing, and we'll tap into that in just a few. And then, okay, this Ricky Starks situation is strange.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Where's Ricky?
Ricky is at home because Ricky said it makes no sense for you to break us up, for me to go over him, and then for him to just go join another faction with no steam going into it. At least if he beat me, that'll make more sense. Also,
so he's trying to protect his mans. So
he's protecting his mans.
He's protecting Big Bill. This is Big Bill we're speaking
He's
about.
protecting his mans. It's also a bit of, hey, I was a Cody guy. You guys screwed me. I was a Punk guy. Y'all brought in Ricky, pardon my language, fucking Steamboat.
Yeah, they brought in Ricky fucking Steamboat.
Rick and fucking Carolina, by the way, like only for me to job to Bryan Danielson. You couldn't even give me the satisfaction of beating Bryan Danielson. You said nope, whatever you were working towards.
Everybody.
Oh, so
it's nasty, bro.
Ricky's just at home, and like there was a rumor that started on Reddit, which that should tell you everything you need to know. And they had even AEW was like, "Dog, this never happened." Like you know how bad they want to confirm. Yes, Ricky Starks is a piece of shit. That's why we're not using him. And yes, Shane McMahon is talking to us, but they can't because it's not true. Like that's how bad this is right now. So Ricky's just at home collecting checks, being Ricky.
Yeah, it's nasty work. It's nasty. If anything, at this point, I'm thinking either A, they bring him back for a real quick little program, and then the contract expires out, and then next thing you know, he put on that PC shirt, or B, he stays home, comes back, and he's like, I'm with AEW. I don't know. I think it's kind of foolish to do that, but hey, look, shout out to Ricky Starks, and also shout out to Ricky for also not going into business for himself too. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you feel about Big Bill or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, I don't want to screw this guy over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Absolutely.
want to mess him up. I don't want to put him into a situation of where he just looking like a sucker or anything like that. So no, I ain't gonna do that. And he stood his ground creatively, and I think that was really, really cool on his part. So definitely shout out to Ricky Starks.
I knew Ricky was done when he barred up Edge on a collision.
Oh yeah.
And you could see him getting frustrated too, like Adam Copeland. He's just like, what did I sign up for? And Ricky's like, yeah. Welcome to the Indies, motherfucker.
Welcome here, old man.
Right.
Yeah. But shout out to him. So we can finally like jump into this wrestling bit just for a few, because Brother Friday. Okay, let me tell you, this is probably one of the hottest SmackDowns in quite some time, like some years. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit was on fire, and this is a no Roman SmackDown too. You know what I'm saying, in terms of it being hot. First,
always Chicago, dog.
Yeah,
always Chicago.
Always Chicago. So, first CM Punk, who's not even a SmackDown, a member of SmackDown, is on SmackDown, of course, because they're in his hometown. So he pops up on SmackDown, comes out there, does his thing. I think that whole segment in general was just really, really great. Like, what Paul Heyman coming out and literally like saved me. You know what I'm saying?
For his life.
Yeah, bro. Like, that was crazy. That was
Paul
hard.
breaking character to get that hug in too.
Yeah,
like crying real quick, like, yo, my dog, we really back. Like,
like Punk is like, dog, what's wrong? Like, what?
And character, he's like, yo, I'm scared of these wild Tongans, but in reality, a bit of him is like, you home now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you see, like, it's like when a black person goes to Africa and they come back home and it's like, yo, this is my people, this is my tribe. Like, Paul's like, this is my boy right here. So
and that was that was really, really dope and compelling. And even like Cody's jumping in to like help with Punk, as the bloodline slowly approached the ring and everything like that. Something interesting happened. Something I wasn't expecting and everything, and that is I think it was like a segment with like DIY talking, and then
DIY was talking to Grayson Waller because
talking to Grayson Waller, you hear this bang on the wall, and then they open up the garage and there is Drew McIntyre. And my good, so Kensei, I want to ask you though, like real quick, how are you feeling with this Drew McIntyre CM Punk thing?
Yo, Drew McIntyre is the fucking man, bro. Like I know, like when Punk came back, I was like, all right, what are they gonna do? I know the whole Seth thing, got hurt and whatever. And so then that moment at Mania when Drew McIntyre was texting or tweeting on the phone, I was like, oh, this guy's the fucking man. Like, he gets it, like he knows how to tap into that other side of like the humor and things, and like he knows where the people are at. Like the execs and whoever, they probably are not as tapped in, the older ones. And so to have have someone on the show that has that wherewithal to be like, okay, this is gonna pop the fans in a certain way, and the fans that we need to be popping, not just the general audience, but like, this is gonna work. Let me tap into this. Or like he had posted something on Twitter where he was like, yo, he was writing something. He was like, "Oh, CM Punk's a bitch" or some shit like that.
At this point, that's just like a typical Tuesday. So like,
So I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Drew's the man. He was the COVID champ.
Yeah, man. Like that was so dope. That how it happened. Like, cause it's just he beat him down and then he carries him to the ring, and I'm like, yo. The camera work was crazy, and then it's just that visual of like Punk bloody and Drew just standing there holding him like a fucking Viking and shit. I'm like, oh no,
dog! And he just dropped him. He didn't even Claymore him. He just dropped him, and then like even the subtlety of like him just reaching in his pocket on some jail shit, and it's just like putting the bracelet on. It's like, yo,
this is
mine now. Like, bro,
like. I think that was like a real goated segment, and it also like adds an extra layer to like write off Punk for just a little bit, because I'm sure Punk is not he's probably close to getting clear. He's probably really close to getting clear. But it's just that little window of just keeping Punk off of TV just for a little bit, and then because when he comes back, it's going to be explosive, and we finally going to see them two get real physical. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo, CM Punk returned like 6 times in the past 2 years, bro. That shit
Right,
crazy.
bro.
Look, people always talk about how Punk is like a big fan of Brett and Piper and these guys. Don't forget that Stone Cold is his guy too. And how many times during the 90s did you hear that glass break,
And,
especially like 99 to where Stone Cold's just, all right, I'm helping The Rock, or I'm stunning Triple H, or I'm getting like whoever, you know. So yeah, I think we're gonna see that very, 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 very soon in Canada, if you ask me. But don't ask me.
Oh,
we'll
for
talk
sure.
about that later. But dog, Punk, in my opinion, this might sound crazy, and this might be why you need a 2-night SummerSlam, because dog, this should be the SummerSlam main event. It probably won't be, but this should be, because this is the hottest feud in the company right now. Like, they are.
It's because it's kind of touching reality a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's also a feud that's going on outside, like on social media. Like, of course, we see all of Drew talking all his shit and uploading his videos on Twitter and everything. Like what Drew has done with social media is like absolutely it's generational shit, generational hate that he's doing. Like, I fuck with that, bro.
That you can only aspire to
goosebumps.
Only aspire to be.
Like only that hate, bro.
Dog,
goosebumps.
That real hate, not like, yeah, bro. Like this is what you watched as a kid and said, "This is real to me, damn it!" Like, like,
so it's really, really cool. But shout out to both CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, for sure. Also, now the same night, we get some Money in the Bank qualifiers. Bianca didn't make it. She didn't make it. So we got something.
Woo!
Hey, we got something. We got something there. Something's a brewing.
Hey, jealousy, brother. Jealousy. We talked about hate. Jealousy is next, brother.
Yeah,
jealousy is next.
Nia Jax is running around being the muscle for Tiffany Stratton. We saw that. Hey
man,
I'm liking it. I'm
not gonna get my dream yet, but I do want my dream of Nia Jax and Piper Niven 1-on-1. Just
big hoss.
Listen, bro, Godzilla versus Kong, the match.
Man.
Like, yes, yes.
Like, I need that. But
I need it.
But let's fast forward to the end of SmackDown, because finally the long-awaited debut took place at the tail end of SmackDown. Honestly, I was kind of expecting it this day. I really was kind of expecting. I was like, man, that motherfucker got to be there today. But we finally, once they cornered Solo, once Cody and Randy and KO cornered Solo in that match, and they turned around and Solo did that smile, I said, there he is. He's here. So Jacob Fatu is finally in WWE, and Larry, he's not in NXT.
Hey, look, I'm gonna admit when I'm wrong. I thought that they were gonna do the short NXT run to help hype him up, but I'm glad they did the Jade thing, where they said, okay, for a couple months, get fit, get right, learn the cameras, incognito, and brother. That man came in, he whooped ass by himself. Didn't need no help. And then this is how I know he's a cold man and you do not want to mess with him. He's got the power of God and anime on his side now.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
He's dropping Bible quotes
he's
now.
He's a man of God. That's a scary sight. That's a scary
It's
thing.
over.
You beating somebody's ass and then posting quotes as a man of the cloth lets me know this is like the most real thing that I've seen. So, bruh, now what's even scarier is this is gonna lead to something, and already we got his t-shirt selling out.
Yeah.
Cody, Randy, KO gonna have to find a fourth man to help them out because good luck.
Another nigga.
Hey, we're to that icon episode.
Right.
Some niggas.
Right.
Yeah, Cody, and that's the thing. Like Cody's screwed because he can't go. Ricky ain't available yet.
Yeah.
And Dustin got to pull up.
So he can't. You see, Cody been like he been planting seeds with Trick. Like, hey, you're my guy, right? Okay, remember me down the line. Like,
yeah.
But
yeah, it's cool though. Like, it's really, really cool. Like, and he can't, like, he's in great shape. You know what I'm saying? The crowd absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like the crowd knew who he was, but also at the same time they reacted to him very, very well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when they say he's a Samoan werewolf, he's that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's his name and everything like that. Like, Kensei, have you ever had like any interactions with Jacob?
Not personally, but I've been following him for a while. So like when
Yeah.
I started hearing the news of him coming over, I was like, oh, this is exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
Like he looks good. He looks great. And like the next SmackDown, they're going to be, which is in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be fucking hilarious. They're doing the introduction of the coordination of Jacob Fatu at Madison Square Garden. And also, you know what I'm saying, like I to step out of that too, just in terms of just the legacy of this family. Definitely rest in peace to Sika. To Sika Anoa'i of the Wild Samoans. He is Roman Reigns' father. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the pillar of this family and everything. He recently just passed away. So I think that's even going to make this whole segment even more special. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like just full circle, in terms of like the whole family being there during this segment coming up on Friday. But definitely rest in peace to Sika and everything like that. But yeah, we got that coming up for Jacob. So he's being introduced really, really well. Like I didn't think there was no better time than to bring him in. You know what I'm saying? And this is lining up. If anything, I feel bad for like, KO, KO's whole thing is there's more.
Hold up. You talking about there's more. Kensei,
Right.
you've probably interacted with it. I know you for a fact you've seen Hikuleo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen him up close. He's a big ass motherfucker, man.
So imagine if they skip NXT with him and bring him on main roster.
They have to skip. Yeah, bro, he's a fucking tree, bro.
Yeah.
Well, my theory is that one of them has to go to NXT. Now, for NXT, Hikuleo and Zilla make the most sense because they're the lesser known.
Yeah.
Now, I said Jake in my original take because I said that going into the CW partnership, you want to have some big names to help the network. And I still think we will get some big names that will go to NXT by October. But yeah, it's about to get spooky. Cody gonna have to.
He's gonna need a prayer circle for Cody.
He got Brandy gonna prayer circle. Get well, Brandy. You gonna have to get that together.
Yeah. They need. I suggest investing in like crowbars and
Glock Anderson. Glock Anderson.
Glock
you need
Anderson.
To press the Glock Anderson button.
You gotta hit the button, bro. But but Jacob Fatu, he's finally up. So that's really great. Now, I want to ask everybody because we haven't, had a chance to speak about this as of yet, because we weren't here. But since we've been off, finally the Wyatt Six has finally made their debut. On this was Raw. It was last week or something like that.
Raw and this week's Raw,
which was a really cool segment. Real cool segment. Very, very cool segment. Like they basically murdered everyone in Gorilla. So that was really cool to see and everything like that. So I just want to know. I want to know like the general feel among us four that's in this room right now. Like, what is your general feel of like this Wyatt whole thing. And then also think about what we just saw this past week with the VHS tape and everything, which has become a running meme on
A
social
great
media,
meme,
by the way. A
way.
great meme.
Great
Absolutely.
meme.
But like how are we feeling about that?
I'll let the guest go first.
Yeah.
So I could say that like I feel like it's powerful,
Mm.
and it's cool, but the only thing I'm concerned about is once the wrestling starts happening, because like the promos and the blackouts and the turn the lights on, motherfuckers dead, whatever, cool,
Yeah.
spooky stuff. But I remember like Bo Dallas was cool. I like Bo Dallas. I like what was his gimmick in NXT?
It was Bo Leave.
Bo
Yeah,
Leave.
Bo
I
Leave.
fucked with Bo
Yeah.
Leave. I fucked with Bo Leave.
Yeah.
I believe. But was he like my favorite wrestler or whatever? Not really. But like the dude got charisma. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like maybe he's gonna do some like puppeteering type shit, like his minions do their thing, whatever. But like, are we gonna get 5-star matches or whatever the fuck? I don't think so. I might be wrong. I don't know. But that's my only concern. Like,
Yeah.
because if he goes out there and stinks it up, then you know what I mean. Then it might lose a little flavor because they're going off the whole Bray thing. Bray was dope in the ring and on the mic,
Yeah.
so it might, if everyone's gonna compare. So that's my only concern.
Yeah.
All right, Troy.
Troy.
Nah, I agree. I think all the vignettes and all the VHS and like everything's dope. I like the QR code stuff they were doing.
Did
But
you scan any QR codes?
nah, I did not. I'd let the internet do that. Do that for me. I let the internet do that for me, bro. I was like, somebody gonna catch this and post it about it on Twitter in the next like 30 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
You know
But
who? Shout out. I don't know if y'all follow him, but CRS1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yes.
him. Shout out to Chris. Chris scans
Chris.
all of them and literally made a fucking thread. Like he literally threaded the whole thing. I was like, bro,
you see what
'cause
I
ain't
mean,
scanning
bro?
none of
There's
that
like
shit.
threads and shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I ain't scanning none of that
appreciate
shit,
y'all,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
It's dope. I heard a rumor that the Righteous were supposed to be in the Wyatt Six. I don't know
They
what happened
were.
with that, but that would have been fire. That would have carried the wrestling part for me.
They
'Cause-
were. So they were a part of the infamous TKO freeze last year, where them, Jay White, Tomatonga, Hikuleo, basically a lot of people that could have signed the WWE didn't, and they just stayed with their companies for another year or prospective year. Because I know if you remember, they got Gallows and Anderson right before that freeze, and then they were supposed to come right after it, and they couldn't because they stayed in New Japan. And shout out to the War Dogs whooping their ass. So another year of pain for them. I'm pretty sure they wish they were in WWE with some Samoans not having to deal with the British and connection there. But yeah, man, that's what happened. So yeah, but me personally, I'm on the same time as Troy and Kensei. I ain't got time to be scanning all them damn QR codes, bro. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
Listen, between them, between Joe Gacy shit in NXT, between Karrion Kross and the Flock or whatever their name is, like, fam, I'm tired, boss. All right, I'm just tired. Like, enough is enough. However, as a Bray Wyatt fan, it is great that they firmly addressed the elephant in the room right away.
Yeah.
Bo got right to it. And I do think Bo has a chance to do something generational because we've only know Bo for the comedy stuff. We know the Bo Leave. B Team was hilarious as hell because it's literally the son, a family member that's this good family with the Rotunda, Wyndham family, right? You got Kurt Henning's freaking son. They're guys being dudes, like hilarious, right? So we know he has comedic range, but to see him step into an actually serious character now, it could be a career change. And Bo wasn't a terrible wrestler either. So I'm hoping they get it done, and I'm hoping we see some good creative stuff, both in the ring and outside of the ring going forward. Because this is good right now, but this could also turn into sanity real quick, or this could turn into retribution real quick.
Don't say it.
Yeah. I do have to say though, I fuck with Joe Gacy. I'm not gonna lie, he can wrestle.
Yeah, Joe can wrestle.
Joe can wrestle. Loomis, Rowan, they can all. Yeah, okay, all right. My bad. Loomis, I like Loomis's the what's the CM Punk Anaconda Vice? I like
the silence. That's what he calls. I think.
My bad. My bad.
I mean, this match is gonna be like 3 minutes, bro. Like, what are we talking about? It's gonna be 3 minutes. Lights gonna cut off. They gonna throw fireballs and shit.
I'm gonna tell you exactly where it belongs and where it should stay. It should stay right in the mid card.
Absolutely.
It should not go above the mid card at all whatsoever. I don't care. Look,
that would be kind of fire.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Again, it gives it something a lot. It gives a lot more compelling. You know, you have to understand how important your mid card is in terms of compelling stories and everything like that. And a great reflection of that is literally what we just saw with Chad Gable on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was fucking like it's almost like he just turned babyface again, like that quick. Like that him getting murdered just turned to babyface all of a sudden. He's apologizing to Otis, to Maxine, to Zawa, and he's apologizing like, "Hey, look, I was fucking up. I'm sorry. Like,
it takes a real man to apologize." Otis said, "Man, fuck out of here.
I'm scared." You know what I'm saying? Otis like,
well, we ain't getting run in with that shit. Like, they're gonna associate us with you, bro. No, like,
no, exactly. They said, "Don't rope us in with that bullshit. I'm alive. I live life." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm straight. And like, so that's where I feel it works best within that portion, because let's be clear, like, no matter what we feel, the fans, they love that Wyatt shit. They love it.
Yeah.
It's you know what I'm saying?
I'm fans.
When them lights go out and them phones start waving, the fireflies, that stuff is never going away, bro.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think to keep it special, to keep it within that realm of like just sticking with that mid card, at the most like a tag team championship, maybe, I don't know. Like, cause let's be clear, like, really comes down to ring performance. You know, 1.5 of this group can wrestle. You know what I'm saying? They can go. Like, Joe can go in the ring. Bo Dallas has shown that he can go in the ring too. I definitely enjoyed the fact that, well, I won't say that I enjoy, but I'm more so am touched by the fact that they've making Bray's death a part of this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's them carrying on this legacy, and also Bo fighting within himself. You know what I'm saying? The grief and everything like that. Like, all of that it's done very well to where it's not exploitative of Bray, but it's paying tribute to Bray. You know what I'm saying? And so I really, really love that about this. And I'm looking forward to seeing just how much more we get from it. I mean, like, I wasn't moved by so much by Uncle Howdy at first, but just by that VHS tape and them flipping it and you seeing Bo like unmasked on the other side of that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was really, really dope in the grand scheme of things. And I hope that they continue doing that, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the moving away from QR codes. Let's get more tapes going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? I lived through VHS tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can relate to that. You know what I mean? So I think that was really, really cool. But hey, you know, let's just keep this train going and see exactly, you know, where it goes from here. But I don't want it touching Damian Priest. I don't want it touching Seth Rollins. I don't want it touching Drew. I don't like. They're in a different universe. They over there. You know
I needed the bare minimum, and I mean bare minimum, 6 months in the mid card. You have to get this through the end of the year.
Yeah.
Then we could start talking about a big Mania moment for them. But right now, beat the hell out of Chad Gable. Put Bronson Reed in the ringer. You know what I'm saying? Like, get those guys, put them in the, I need, if he comes back, I need Uncle Howdy sitting down with Ricochet. So why are you bald? Why are you Why?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Why can't you only, all you can do is flip. You can't do anything else. Like, because not honestly, when you have feuds like that, depending on how well executed it is, it can help propel the person. Because I think a good feud like that last year was when Shinsuke started talking Japanese again and started barring up Seth. And made Seth
anime joint. Oh, that was hard. That
hard. And it made Seth really think about, himself and can he get past his injuries. And we got great matches out of that. And I think that's the kind of thing we could get out of this. So that's the goal. At the end of the day, so
definitely.
Wait and see.
It's just a wait and see thing, and then just see how this whole thing translates. But also, like, and before we about to wrap up soon, like, Seth Rollins, like, is back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't expect that at all. You know what I'm saying? I none of us knew, and I loved that, by the way, because he just popped up. When he popped up, I was like, "Oh, Seth's visiting, nice." And he was just like, yeah, I'm back to wrestle," and I'm like, "Oh,
Money in the Bank,
Money in the Bank. I want my title back." But getting back to that, we had a nice, compelling movement in the Judgment Day storyline where Seth has thrown in a stipulation for this title match, and I believe it's if Seth loses, he can't challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Damian Priest is still champion. And if Damian Priest loses, he has to leave the Judgment Day.
Yes,
Priest is winning.
Now this is interesting though. However, because Priest was like, "Oh, that's cool. I don't need them no way." I was like, "Oh."
He said the Judgment Day needs me more than I need them, so it's okay. Now, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, is Priest gonna just say that to keep up this illusion right now? Or are we finna get Priest somehow losing and getting the beatdown of a lifetime because of other developments? Developments that happen on this show. I guess I'll go ahead and jump into it because if you ask me, the leader of the Judgment Day for the last month has been Liv Morgan, and my God, she
is up to some bullshit, brother.
Woo! Hey man, that woman she's putting nightmares in the Judgment Day, in the hearts of so many right now. I was gonna say something, but we're gonna keep it nice and clean.
Hey, look, but before, like, real quick, hey, yo, shout out to Finn Balor. Finn Balor had like the greatest Monday ever. Like, let me tell you, he was playing the game. Yeah, he playing the game. They eating snacks. He over here hanging out with Liv. Then they go out and win the tag belts. Hey man, that's a good day at work to me.
When you saw his face when he said, "Hey, yo, what you doing here, big man?" I thought you left, and Priest was like, "I just went to the ring, bro. What are you talking? Why are you like go win, bro? Like stop, put the controller down, bro." Also, don't forget they beat the dog shit out of Braun Strowman too. Like they finally caught him slipping and beat him down finally. So
But if anything, I'm happy that the tag belts moved. Finally, because I thought, I was like, yo, it's time, bro. Like, it's time for Truth.
Literally tweeted that
to drop them, bro.
You tweeted it.
I did.
And it literally happened like the same night. I was dying laughing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they heard me. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they did.
But yeah, like, so that was really dope for them. Because again, I mean, these belts were just introduced like right after WrestleMania, so it was like, all right, bro, we gotta get these belts moving around. They gotta change hands a few times. So
and they were moment champions anyway.
Yeah. But that was something great. Oh, Kensei, how you feel about Braun Breaker?
That's the man right there. That's the dog. That's the dog right there. I love that he was he played fullback or running back for I forget what school, but he was in the NFL for like a hot second.
Kennesaw State.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
dog, man. I think he's got one of the best spears in the game right now. I love the lineage. It's too bad they can't like get more into that.
yeah,
But I'm curious to see how he develops and like what kind of monster they turn him into. Um, I wish he was a little taller, but they're gonna make it work.
yeah. Look, they have booked Braun like since like because the thing is, I wanted Braun on Raw to begin with. Like when he
For
finally
a
came
minute.
up, yeah, like I wanted him. Like him on SmackDown just didn't make any sense to me. I was like,
Mhm.
not right now. But since being on SmackDown, they have legit turned him and Ilya Dragunov both.
Oh, that
They
guy's a
have
monster.
oh yo, this is a Dragunov house over here. This is a house of Ilya Dragunov over here.
House of
But
Dragunov is hilarious.
but since Braun like I don't think Braun is going to be able to stay healed too much longer. They're not going to boo Braun Breaker, bro. Them people love Braun Breaker already.
Doghouse.
Yeah, so like they out there barking and all types of shit.
Uh-huh.
So it's only up for Braun. But I'm loving what they doing here. It's a shame that Kaiser got hurt. Oh shit, I forgot. Gunther
Oh
came back.
yeah.
Oh
Hey
shit.
man, I was waiting on it. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Gunther.
like,
Hey,
yeah,
'cause I was
Gunther
going.
came
I
back.
didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget my son Gunther came out there and said, "Hey, you, him, her. I don't give a damn.
give a damn.
SummerSlam.
Somebody going on their back.
Somebody
Yeah.
is going to die
Yeah.
at SummerSlam."
So yeah, Gunther, he's back. See, so much is going on, bro. So much is going on.
It's a
and,
great
yeah,
time, bro.
It's a great time.
Great time.
Great time. So I trust that Kensei also is a Gunther truther, just like the rest of us.
Of course.
Okay.
I was
That's what I'm saying. See,
rocking
that's
with
why
that
I
whole
fuck with this
Intercontinental
guy.
run.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was
man.
fucking with that whole
Listen,
shit.
Goated.
Dog, the fact that he knew it was 666 days, I'm like, dog, he is
just
the
evil.
dog.
He's an evil.
What I call him, Gunther Von Doom,
Gunther
dog.
Von
Like,
Doom,
he just,
man.
bro. Nah, I fuck with Gunther tough, man. And I will say, Sammy and Braun in Canada is gonna steal the show.
Yeah,
they are gonna put on a classic, and I'm not mad if that's Braun's first official loss since this whole new run has started. I think Sami Zayn's a good person to to lose to. I can also see Braun destroying that man and becoming the Intercontinental Champion. So
nah, bro, you know he eating that haluva kick.
We all win. We all win.
he eating 2 haluva kicks back.
He gonna have to eat 2. He gonna have to eat 2. He gotta get 2.
Nah, he gotta get the brain buster. What you mean, like, bro? Sammy got to give him borderline CTE before he can take it. I'm like, all right,
he gotta eat a CTE sandwich.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, what's Khadijah? Khadijah needs to give Sammy the greatest war speech of all time. Like, look, you coming home. Don't be like Ricochet. You coming home. Like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but yeah, man. But that's really a lot of things we had to cover this past week and everything and wrestling wise. But as we about to wrap up this show, as we about to wrap up this episode 70, which is a milestone, man. 70 episodes of Midcarders and Catering, man. Like, of course, I want to thank all the listeners that's been around, all the new listeners that's coming in and everything. Like, again, I can't thank you all enough. And most definitely, especially during this whole rebooting of the podcast and everything. But hey, I'm really, really happy about that. Kensei Abbot, listen, y'all got to get up on this young man's music. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tap in. This dude is making some heat. You know what I'm saying? He is he's generational. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank you for coming on the podcast, coming on this episode, and giving us some of your time and everything. Really, really appreciate it. If you got any type of socials or anything you want people to know about and everything, like, please feel free to like let the people know where they can find you.
For sure, you can find me on. I'm usually on Twitter at Kensei Abbot. I'm on IG too, not really, but pretty much just Twitter. Uh, I'm on YouTube. Haven't put up in a minute, but I got some videos up on YouTube. But definitely hit me up on Twitter. I will hit you back. I just want to say thank you guys for having me on the show. I really enjoyed myself here, and you guys are great. Content's great. The platform is a beautiful place for the discussion. Um, how do I say this? It's a rare thing to have voices from those that look like us in a place where there needs to be more. And so I
Absolutely.
just have to say that, I applaud you guys for continuing to do this to episode 70. That's a beautiful thing. Keep going strong and keep getting your voices out there.
I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you very, very much.
Damn,
And also,
Kensei.
hey, look, he putting us over, man. He put us over like that. Hey, look, hey,
Listen,
I
man.
love it, man. I love it. But also, Troy, my good friend Troy, reggae boy Troy, man. When the hell y'all coming back, man?
Soon come, bro. Y'all gotta tell Josh to. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but tell him to get his head out his ass, bro.
Hey, but hey, look. Also, man, you've been dropping projects after projects. You've been posting music. You've been doing everything out there, brother.
Been trying to
hey,
stay consistent, man.
Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Stay consistent. Also, where can they find you and everything of that nature?
Y'all can find me on all socials at by Troy Cameron and on PSN too. If y'all want to play video games, I don't really play video games, but if y'all want to play, hit me up, bro. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's my first time here. I've been rocking with y'all for a minute.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Larry, risking his life for me the other day.
Man, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in a second, man. But yeah, but listen, hey, I'll say it for him, man. Port Antonio out right now. It's a revisit of the first project. I think Troy did a phenomenal job. Troy also uses wrestling themes and names in his songs. Yeah. And, we've been a part of a lot of Troy projects on the low. Troy knows.
Facts.
But, we gonna keep it there because at the end of the day, when Troy wins, we all win. When Kensei wins, we all win. When AJ wins, this is what unity and the union is all about. When one wins, we all win, bro. So nothing's bigger than the program. Panthers march.
All right, bro. All right.
Hey, man,
you got to do it. We have to do it. But absolutely, man. Like, and everything. But a few things before we get up out of here. Spaces, Money in the Bank Spaces. Following Money in the Bank on Saturday. We dropping it. We doing it. It's coming out.
July 6th. Not this Saturday.
Not this Saturday. Next Saturday. So definitely be prepared for that Spaces. We are coming back with that. Also, some Patreon stuff is dropping on Monday. I'm not telling you what it is. But we kind of talked about it a little bit in here, but I ain't about to say what it is. Y'all just gonna have to stay tuned to Twitter and y'all see what's coming.
What's going on?
Y'all gonna love it. Y'all are going to love it. But absolutely,
got to tap in.
Got to tap in. Pay that $3. Pay that $3. You feel me? Midcarders and Catering Patreon is live and direct with exclusive access to the Union Discord and loads of extra content like Radio MIC, Luchador Mount Rushmore, and Icon. Beginning only at $3. Subscribe today. But on that note, thank you all once again. This is AJ. We out. Peace. Thank you for listening to Midcarders and Catering Podcast, a weekly podcast focused on pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Midcarders and Catering Podcast is created and executive produced by Amir Johnson. Music, Miami Boulevard by Offbeat Ninja and Maple by Blair North. Special thanks goes out to Show Your Work Network and Guessing from the Stands podcast. Midcarders and Catering is powered by the Union.